Hello learners, I am Dr. Pratima Shastri, former professor and head Department of Food Technology, Lakshminarayan Institute of Technology at Rashtrasant Tukdoji Maharaj, Nagpur University, Nagpur. We will be discussing about the topic dietary gums. The importance of dietary fiber has already been discussed earlier. Let us take a quick review of what we have learnt earlier. Dietary fiber, which is also known as roughage, is the carbohydrate fraction which cannot be digested completely in the human digestive tract due to lack of specific enzymes. It includes naturally occurring plant-based, non-digestible, non-starch polysaccharides, and it is further classified in two parts: insoluble fiber. This fraction is also called as crude fiber. It includes cellulose and hemicellulose, which are insoluble in water, acid and alkali. Second fraction is soluble fiber. This fraction represents non-digestible polysaccharides like beta-glucans, cereal fibers, pectin, gums, inulin, oligosaccharide, fructans and also some resistant starch which dissolve in water to form colloidal and viscous solutions. Total dietary fiber in any natural food source is the sum of insoluble and soluble fiber. Now coming to the term functional fiber. Functional fiber is defined as isolated non-digestible carbohydrate which is known to produce positive physiological effects in human. These may come from different sources that include the plant sources like resistant starch and pectin, inulin, gums, microbial sources like alginates, agar-agar, and they may be commercially produced like chemically modified starches, polydextrose and indigestible dextrins, as well as the dextrans and xylans which are produced by fermentation. Gums are one of the functional fibers, and we shall now study the chemistry and property of dietary gums. Dietary gums, first we shall study the chemistry and properties of dietary gums. Gums are a diverse group of indigestible polysaccharides. They are composed of variety of monosaccharide sugar units like glucose, galactose, mannose, glucuronic acid, arabinose, xylose and their derivatives. They have very high molecular weights ranging between 1,50,000 to 3 lakhs. Gum is basically a carbohydrate. It is a good source of soluble fiber and it also contains calcium, sodium and a small amount of proteins. Most of the gums are uncharged, but few like alginic acid, they act as electrolytes. So, they can form salt with sodium and calcium ions. They are strongly hydrophilic and have a very important property of very high water binding capacity. They swell and they dissolve to form viscous solutions, and at higher concentrations they form a gel. Now let us see what are the sources of natural gums. There are two sources of gums. Gums from microorganisms. This includes again two types of microorganisms. One is algae. The examples are alginic acid and carrageenan. Other microorganism source is bacteria. It gives gums like dextran and xylan by fermentation. In case of plants, gums occur in three forms. The first form is stored in the seeds like guar gum or locust bean gum. The second part is as exudates like gum acacia, gum karaya, and third way is as a seed coat component like isabgol, husk. Now considering the sources in little bit of details, microbial sources includes the algae. Algae is a marine algae which produce these polysaccharides, and these are the structural component of the cell wall of the algae. This include agar-agar, alginic acid and carrageenan. The bacterial gums are produced by some bacteria when they grow in specially designed high carbohydrate media, and they synthesize a high molecular weight capsule made up of polysaccharides which covers the cell wall. The examples are dextrans and xylans. Considering the details of the plant source, the seeds, the gums are stored in the endosperm of the seeds, and they serve as storage polysaccharides that are broken down and utilized during seed germination. The examples are guar gum, locust bean gum, oats, and also the gums present in some legumes like soya bean. Guar gum from the beans is prepared by multi-stage milling and sifting of dry guar seeds, and it contains a polysaccharide called as galactomannan made up of galactose and mannose units. Then the seed coat gums, the polysaccharides are present in seed coat and they protect the seed from the desiccation. The examples are the polysaccharides present in isabgol husk. And a third form in which the gum exists in the plants is exudates. Most of the common gums, which are traditionally called as gond, they come from this source. They are found in woody tissue of some plants. They are secreted by specialized cells whenever there is an injury to the plant, and these exudates come out and they immediately solidify on the exposure to atmosphere. They serve the plant to seal wounds and prevent the infection by any microorganisms. So friends, we have considered the definition of dietary fiber. We have also seen the difference between soluble fiber and insoluble fiber, and the components which are present in insoluble and soluble fibers. Gums is one of the important component as a part of soluble fibers, and because of its water absorption capacity, it has very important role in foods.